theatre.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to my grammar and phonetics lesson. Our local time is 8:57 p.m., which is Sunday night. Dear viewers, once again, you're watching the live stream from my home. As you might be aware that our time has gone an hour forward, which is why this class has gone an hour forward as well. So I believe that it will be better for some people who have subscribed to my lesson, and you don't have to be worried anymore about the timing. So it's grammar and phonetics lesson. So what do you learn from this lesson? We read or we practice vocab. Then after that, we like to make sentences grammatically correct, and we also practice the sound. You might be also wondering what kind of sound, because I live in England. Obviously, my initial target is to explain about the British IPA, which is really difficult sometimes. Okay, because it's called sometimes in a posh English or posh sound. Because if you ever watch British movies, and I'm sure that you'll be able to listen all different kinds of sounds, and they do not pronounce many letters like letter R. Okay, but we do pronounce also obvious letter R. There are some situation and we have to pronounce it. But if the letter R is the first letter of a word or second letter, we must pronounce it generally. Okay, and if there is a vowel sound after letter R, we must pronounce it. Okay, and which is why sometimes British English is called non-rhotic, where the R or R sound is not audible in many cases and it's replaced by vowel sounds. All right, so let's move on. You can see a page, and my initial target is to use this word to find a synonym first, and after that make sentences. It could be a positive sentence, it could be a negative sentence, or it could be an interrogative or question sentence, or it could be negative interrogative both together, or it could be a continuous, could be present continuous or past continuous or future continuous. Please bear in mind, the more we practice, the more we'll be confident, and obviously we'll be more expert to learn and develop our grammar, our sound, and our presentation. Communication skill is one of the major impacts why we sometimes can speak well about a topic and why we can't speak comfortably, because we don't know many times the correct word and how the word should be pronounced. So here you go, guys. I've got quite a few subscribers for this lesson, I wonder why they are today, but however, whether they are here or not, I need to continue with my lesson. Okay, I'll wait couple of minutes more and then I'll go for the explanations. Uh, if not, maybe I'll go for reading a book. All right. Okay, guys. Hello, Sharkwenge. I've just invited you to join.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi, sir. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm quite good, thank you. Thanks for the subscription. Could you just tell me where are you from?
Actually, I'm from India.
That's great. It must be bright in India.
Yeah, it's 1:35.
All right. And did you subscribe to me on a trial basis?
Yeah, I just started using this app, and I don't know. I'm new here, so I was just
All right.
learning about it. But
Ha-
later, if I found like I will buy a plus membership, and later I will join.
All right. So it's a trial basis. That's great. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Uh,
you so much.
you're very welcome. Could you please tell me a little bit more about yourself?
Actually, my name is Shakir, and I'm from India, Gujarat. And the reason behind I started using this app because I wanted to improve my uh, spoken English and yeah, some basic grammar also.
Okay. That's great. How long have you been learning or practicing English?
Maybe it's been 3 months, but sir, I wasn't serious about learning because I used to was I was learning on my own. I had no mentor or like I was just learning on my own. But now I think I should become serious about learning.
Right. And what's the reason for English learning?
Uh, if everything goes according to plan, maybe I'll take IELTS exam after a year.
Oh, okay. So what do you do at the
But
moment?
currently I'm working.
As
Uh, I'm uh, I'm working in electrical field, and I'm just I just started recently. It's been 5 months since I started working, and I'm doing my own business.
Oh, that's lovely.
I'm running. Yeah.
Okay. So when did you download this app? How long ago?
It's been 2 weeks since I downloaded this app.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yes, 2 weeks.
Okay. And how do you find these, different lessons or classes of this app?
Actually, this is my first lesson. I just show your name, RahatAli, and I found very interesting, so I just subscribed it. I'm just new here.
All right. Okay, that's cool. But you speak pretty well.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're very welcome. Okay, so this class basically, as you see, deals with the grammar. So we learn grammar from different ways. Today is from vocabs, and also sometimes we read and we try to know different kinds of grammatical structures, as well as the pronunciation, especially British IPA, and you can compare American if you want to. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, sure.
great. Before we jump into the lesson, I've got another question. Um, how do you practice by yourself when you are at home?
Actually, sir, I have some friends. I try to speak with them and I try to communicate with them, and yeah, this is what I do basically. But later realized that it's not going to work if I continued like this. So I started reading. I just like I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, what should I do now? How can I improve myself? Uh, where should I start learning about grammar? Because I studied in Gujarati medium, Hindi medium, so I have some basic knowledge about grammar, but not that much. So yeah, I'm literally confused.
But the amazing matter is the way you're talking, all of your sentences are grammatically correct. So
Really,
uh-huh.
that's I noticed. Like, I didn't notice that before, but yeah, thank you so much.
So
It's
I wonder, and I'm sure that you have studied grammar when you were in school, whether in primary or secondary level, because most is they teach grammar in primary and secondary levels.
Yeah, that's true. But it's been so much time has passed, so I may not be able to remember.
Right. And how do you spend your free time?
Actually, yeah. Nowadays, I spend my free time. I use this app for like maybe an hour, but for talking with different people, and I most of the time I work, and whenever I get free time, I just try to use this app.
Okay, so do you go to Insta match calling, or do you conduct lessons? Do you join somebody else's lessons?
No, it was like Insta Match for like when I started using this app, it was like I was using Insta Match feature, so I used to talk with so many people. Maybe it's been 40 plus.
All right, so that's pretty cool, and that's one of the ways to develop your speaking and this quality of communication by talking to different kinds of people.
Yeah,
Great. So as you go through, we learn some grammar and we learn some basic sounds. Sometimes we are confused, and
sure, sure.
obviously, the more you practice, the more we'll be knowledgeable. Very
Yeah,
cool.
you're absolutely agreed.
All right. Can you see the screen that I have shared?
Yeah, I can see. There is a theater, a place to watch movies, and choose the answer choice that best defines the word in capital letters.
All right. Can you see the spelling theater?
Yeah, theater.
Okay. The first spelling is an American spelling, and I have written in stroke. This is British spelling,
Okay.
like center. You see, R-E.
Yeah. Theater.
T-R. T-R is the American. Which one is the easier? And the difficult is bit T-R-E.
So
Theater.
theater is a American, and the which you have written is British, right?
British English, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, fine.
Okay. So you know the answer already, but it's not the answer that we are going to learn today. We're going to learn to use it in different tenses and different forms of sentences. Okay,
Yeah, sure, sure.
so do you go to theater very often?
Yeah, I used to I used to like I used to write theater in maybe it's British. I used to write
You use
theatre,
okay,
theatre.
okay.
Yeah,
So do you watch theater by any chance?
yeah. No, no, no. I don't. I just don't. When I just go for a movie in theater. Yeah, sometimes.
But you watch movies, you don't go to theater.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to make a statement or positive sentence with this word theater in present tense, how can you say that?
Today, now I'm going to the theater.
So you have made a present
Mistake.
present continuous. Now I'm going to the theater. Okay. If you want to make it present simple or present indefinite, how can you write it?
Um, Present indefinite. Actually, sir, I have no idea about it. But let me.
Try. You have already made a sentence that is present continuous or present progressive. Sometimes we called. Like I'm writing it your sentence. Yeah? Today, uh, you have said, I'm going to watch theater. This is present continuous, okay, or progressive. Sometimes it is called.
Today I'm going to watch theater. So it's a present continuous.
Or sometimes present continuous or continuous is called progressive because something is still happening. Okay,
Yeah,
let's take your sentence. If you want to make it in a past continuous, how can you write it?
past continuous.
Mhm. Or past tense. The sentence you've written, it's present tense, right? I am.
Today I went to theater. Today I went to theater.
Uh, Today I went to theater. It wouldn't make that much past sense. Today is still in, we count as a present.
Yeah, present. So I if I have to I should make past in past tense, right?
Yes, am is a present form. What is the past form of am?
Uh, I I was yesterday I was in theater.
Very good. Yesterday I was in theater.
Yeah.
Okay, if I take your same sentence, am is are in present tense. Okay, I'm writing in the comment section. Okay, for so we use I am,
Yeah, M is R for present tense. Yeah.
you are, or say he is.
Was I am, you are, is
All are
for
present tense. Now,
present. Yeah,
if you
present.
want to make this in past, it should be I was, as
I
you said.
was, I
Go on.
I was,
Then
I were, and
you were,
you were. Yeah, you were.
was.
He was. Yeah, he was. She was.
Okay.
They were. Yeah.
As you said, I was in theater yesterday. That's correct. Now, your same sentence, like today I'm going to watch theater. If you want to make it past tense, have to remove today because then it is not anymore past. Then we say simply, I was going to say
Yeah.
last week, for example.
So that sentence will become a past tense.
Past continuous or
Yes.
progressive.
Past continuous. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, could you
Yeah.
please make a similar sentence with like you or he?
Uh, like yesterday you were in theater, or like that.
Yeah, here in theater, that's past tense as well. That is we call simple past or past indefinite. But this is continuous, past continuous or progressive. So what when we use ing form with the verb in past tense or present tense or future tense, it becomes continuous or progressive. Right? Is it Shakira
Yeah.
again?
It's yeah, yeah,
Shakira.
yeah.
So
My name is Shakir.
so Shakir, the same sentence. If I say yesterday you were watching a theater, that will be the past continuous or progressive.
Past continuous. Yeah, it will like I was watching theater. It
Yes,
yesterday I was watching theater. It means it will. It means it's past continuous or past progressive.
yes,
Okay. And I
very
was
good.
going to theater last week.
I was going to
Yesterday I
theater.
was
Yeah, that is
watching
another
theater.
past continuous. Very good. You've got a
Wow.
very good
Thanks.
sense of understanding of grammar too, Sakir.
Thanks for explaining, sir. You are explaining very well. So it makes me happy to like. You are really good at teaching, sir. You are. Thanks for explaining.
You're welcome. I try my best, because I like to explain in a simplified way, and
Yeah.
that really sometimes helps everyone to understand and practice. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Sakir, picture it. You like to watch or go to theater in the future. So in that case, we use in future tense like it's easy in future tense after all person like there are three persons, okay, in grammar, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you know that. Yeah? First person, I'm writing it. First person, singular I, plural we. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second person, singular and plural both you. And
You.
yeah, and after you remember that, it doesn't matter whether it's a single person or more than one person. We must use the plural form of the verb. Like in present tense, you were. Past tense, you were. But for the future, for all the person is same. I will be, you will be. People do not
Yeah.
use nowadays shall be anymore. In modern grammar, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you shall be, will be. And the third person is, which one is third person? Shakir?
Uh, they were
Yes. So except the first and second person, everything and anything in this world is third person.
third person. Yeah, I got it. I get it. So I was just reading, trying to remember.
Okay, and for future we use, for the future continuous or progressive, we use whatever the subject is, I, you, we, they, she, will be,
Will be. Yeah.
will be plus verb plus ing form. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can say that next week I'll be going to theater or I'll be watching a theater.
So, let me try to understand this first because I'm just learning. I just started learning about grammar, so it's taking a little bit longer to understand for me. So
Sure,
it's
go on.
so,
So go on with the future tense now. Now you know present and you know past. Now we are changing the same concept for the future tense. Okay.
yeah,
So in that case, for every person, every subject, we have to use will be plus any verb plus ing form if it is a continuous or progressive. For the same
yeah,
sentence, like you can say, next week I'll be watching theater, say the life of Pi, for example, okay,
yeah,
or Shakespeare's drama, or
yeah,
you can say on Indian movie, or you can say an Hollywood movie, whatever.
yeah.
Okay, please make a sentence. Let me see with I.
Um, I will be both. I will go to watch. I will go to watch a movie,
Hmm.
or
Yeah, you have said I'll go to watch, right?
I'll
Okay,
go
okay, that's fine as well. I'll go to watch a
movie.
movie. Okay, next week.
Yeah, I will go to watch movie next week.
Okay, this is uh, uh, this is present future tense, but it's future simple or future indefinite. Okay,
Okay.
this sentence can be also said in a different way, like I'll watch a movie simply instead of going. But if you say I'll go to
And
watch a movie in a theater, it's fine. Uh, here,
oh, I can use. I can say next week I'm going to watch movie.
yes, and sometimes present continuous could be used for future concept. So next I'm going to
Okay.
watch a movie. That's also correct. But if you use with will be, shall be, that form that I just wrote, you see that you can say
Yeah,
next I'll be watching a movie, or I'll be going to a theater.
I'll be going to theater. I will be watching movie. Yeah. So that's um,
That
yeah.
is future continuous or progressive.
Okay. Future continuous and progressive. I get it. I'll be watching a movie. Yeah.
Okay, can you please make this similar sentence with you? You change the subject.
Um.
Instead of I, now you can say you.
Um. Are you going to watch a movie? Are you going to watch a movie next week?
Yes, in questions, interrogative, that's great. You're using present continuous, but I'm asking, you know already how to use the present continuous, but use simply present, future, progressive for this same sentence. Just simply have to replace I with you. That's so easy in future tense.
Okay.
Like
You will
next,
be going to watch movie.
yes, next week you'll be watching a movie, or next week
Okay.
you'll be meeting, you know, meeting us, for example.
Yeah. So I can make like you will be going to watch movie. You will be going to meet your class teacher, or I can say you will be going to meet your friends.
That's right. You can make hundreds, thousands of sentences with the similar pattern.
Wow.
So what we learn, when you know the grammar rules, how it is formed, then
Yeah.
you can make hundreds of meaningful, complete, logical, and sensible sentences. I always use these four words. When we make any sentence, that it should be complete, it should be meaningful, it should be logical, and it's sensible. Because if you make a sentence, it is not complete, it doesn't make sense, it's not logical
Yeah.
either, people will not be able to understand. I won't understand either. I'll ask you, what do you mean by that? That's I do very often. Clear?
So yeah, yeah. I'm
Also, Shake,
yeah,
please
yeah.
stop me and ask me if you have got any question, if you are not sure about anything.
Actually, sir, the way you are teaching is beautiful and it's easy to understand. But sir, I just it's my first online class, so I'm just kind of processing and trying to figure it out. But yeah, I get it.
Great, and you've got a good, comprehensive capacity, and you catch it quickly and explain it as well by yourself.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. So you mentioned that you have a plan to sit for IELTS exam, and what's the reason for that?
Maybe the reason behind I want to go abroad for for working. I guess I'll take IELTS general.
And
So that's the reason.
do you know which country possibly you might be going?
Maybe Canada.
Very good. Wishing you best luck.
Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, you're welcome. And I've got also IELTS classes. Saturday, two classes. Sunday, two. Then Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning.
Wow,
The,
I would like to join. I would like to join, sir. Sure.
no problem. And my success rates are quite amazing. 26 of my students got 8.5 in both academic and general out of 9.
Wow, that's really good result.
It is, and these,
It's because Ras, sorry to interrupt you, but the way you are teaching is really amazing. I was it was my first lecture, sir. This is my first lecture, and I was able to understand. The way you are teaching is really beautiful. It's really simple and easy to understand.
thank you. And
Welcome.
obviously, in most of the classes or lessons, I try to explain everything. Like it's if it is like IELTS class, IELTS is also related to the grammar, pronunciation as well. Also, your speaking techniques, and also your writing techniques, reading techniques, listening techniques. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sir. I need some advice from you because as I as I mentioned earlier that I'm just trying to start like from the beginning. I have some basics idea about grammar. Would like to suggest where should I start? What should I do now?
I've already started. Shakir. We're discussing tense. Remember that if you know how
Yeah,
to
yeah.
use tense correctly, you learn 80% of English grammar. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Ho-
I should focus on more tense. If I if I able to if I learn tenses
mhm.
in grammar, I will be able to learn some. I like it means I completed 80% of grammar, right?
That's right. And let me explain how.
Okay.
When we learn tense, we can't go from scratch of grammar, which is punctuation. Then, using comma, full stop, colon,
Yeah.
etc. Then we learn how to use capital letter or uppercase or small letter or
Okay.
lowercase. Then we know how to
Okay.
use gender like male or female. Then we know how to use person like first person, second person, third person. Then we know how to use parts all come as we go through. And
Yeah.
then we know how to use articles correctly like a and the or thou, depending on the sound. And
Okay.
also we know indirectly passive voice, active voice, and also narration is direct speech or indirect speech. And other advanced grammars are like conditional that will come later, causative
Yeah.
verbs, also I'm thinking what else is left. And those are the two things basically, and that's why I always ask our aspiring learners, if you want to learn grammar, learn tense first. Okay, that's how I've
Okay.
started with tense, though it's a vocab, as you can see, the vocabs
Yeah.
are just the indication of what how we can use it.
Okay. So basically, I should improve my tense. Like I should focus on tense, and I should improve my vocabulary
Yes,
yeah,
make
and
go on.
and then I should think about other grammar.
Exactly. And also remember that vocabs, the more knowledgeable you are. And we have to know how those words can be used in perfect place. Content, we call them. Yeah. So if
Yeah.
you know the content, and definitely you'll know how to use them correctly.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
And it will help you uh, create the sentence in the middle of an eye, then use it and explain it. And remember that this magic word practice is the magic word for everything. Practice reading, writing, speaking, and listening. And obviously, practice speaking as I've been doing through the Insta match, talking to
Yeah.
different kinds of people. Uh, that helps a lot because we have got different ways to talk, different kinds of pronunciation and X, obviously. And when you're habitually listening to that, easier for you to the real life exam. Because in IELTS exam, the listening part is based on RP accent. Have you heard of this RP accent? I'm writing it here.
No,
Okay,
I
I'm writing RP accent. Okay, I'm going to show you a demonstration video later. Yeah,
sure, sure.
pronunciation. Stands for received pronunciation of the UK.
Pronunciation.
Yeah, so when a person speaks in the RP accent, you'll not be able to understand which part of the UK the person is from, because it is the most sweetest and neutral accent in the UK. Okay,
Okay.
uh, but in the UK there are more than 30 different kinds of accents, including Cockney, which from West London, and the place where I live, Essex, then Northern, Southern, Birmingham, Liverpoolian, Yorkshire, and
Wow.
Scottish, Welsh,
Yeah, Scottish. I heard it.
and the hardest in all over the UK is the Scottish one. They've got different words and different way to talk. Okay, if I
Yeah,
demonstrate
but
one, you'll be able to understand. Like, I met a Scottish guy on the other day in Tube Railway, and I was trying to, and there is a window beside my, and where
yeah.
I was standing. I was trying to touch window, and this guy was saying, "Hey, mate, don't put your hand on the window." That means don't put your hand on the window.
I don't put your yeah on window.
See, if you listen to it carefully, you'll be able to understand. Okay.
Yeah, it's very difficult to difficult to comprehend.
Okay. So when you'll be listening to the test in IELTS exam, there is task one. There are 3% listening. Uh, First part, second part, and third part. All of the parts you'll find this neutral accent, RP accent is, and they've got some rules. They've got some techniques, and you can develop if you want to. I remember that I always suggest people to develop the pronunciation rather than accent. Accent will be coming to you automatically if you develop your good pronunciation technique.
Yeah, yeah. I also believe that pronunciation should be correct.
Great. Okay, so is it clear now? Present, past, and
Yeah,
future. Okay,
future.
you asked me this question. Now, if you use simple present for that, like I go to theater, I go to THA,
HETR.
theater, okay? That is in present
Yeah,
tense. Subject,
yeah,
okay? Then you can say you go to theater, but he,
yeah,
she, when is the matter of third person singular number, we have to use as or is with the verb. Shakir goes to theater, I can say, yeah?
yeah,
Goes to theater, okay? And past tense simply, I went to the theater. Actually, there should be a the as well. I went to the theater. Yeah? I went
went
to
to
the,
theater.
I went to the theater. Also, you must know the verb forms when we are learning tense. There are
Yeah,
two main kinds of verbs. One is called regular verb. Another one is called irregular verbs. So, what are regular verbs and why we call regular verbs? The verbs that do not change in past tense or past participle form, it has the root verb, then we call it regular verb. For example, help. Okay, the past
yeah.
tense of help is Shakir. You have muted. Shakir, are you there? Oh, I think I lost you. If you're still there, please come back. I'll be able to bring you. So help is the present form, helped is the past tense, help the past participle. So you can see that in the past tense help is still there, and past participle help is still there, so it's a regular verb. So regular verbs are those which do not change in the past and past participle form, though. And irregular verbs always change in the past tense and past participle. For example, go, went, gone. So as I gave the example earlier, I go to theater, I go to the theater. Both are correct. That's in present simple or simple present. I went to theater, past tense. I will go to theater next week, at future simple or future indefinite. I believe that I lost you, Shakir. However, if you're back, you're always welcome to join me. Please bear in mind, dear viewers, the more you practice about English grammar, the more you'll be confident in using it in your writing, your speaking, as well as in your communication skill. Our main target is to develop our communication as well as writing. And the best way we can do it is, by practicing a lot. And sometimes many to my live stream and say, the teacher, I got stuck, I can't move anymore. Possibly they're not using different kinds of vocabs, or possibly the technique thing is not the right or correct technique. Okay, so next word is vanilla. Vanilla is a color and is a noun. Theater is noun too. So I like vanilla ice cream. Do you? Okay, vanilla. V,
Vanilla.
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 You see, vanilla. There are two short sounds in vanilla. The last a and the second a. Wow, that's amazing. As you know, I think I lost Shake. Okay, guys. So short sounds in a word structure means that is very, or the sound should be ignored. So vanilla, not vanilla, vanilla.
Vanilla.
Okay. For example, I like vanilla ice cream. Do you? Do you like vanilla ice cream? No, I don't like vanilla ice cream. I like mango ice cream. Somebody might say, I don't like vanilla either, but I like strawberry. Okay. Okay, so vanilla is a name of a color, and there are two short sounds in vanilla, like vanilla milkshake. Would you like to add 2 spoonfuls of vanilla in the drink, vanilla flavor? So it's a vanilla pod. That means they keep pod is like a container. Okay. Vanilla can be also used as an adjective. Okay. So for example, I just want a vanilla flavored cream. All right. So there's another example with adjective like a vanilla computer with no protection has no chance on the internet anymore. All right. So vanilla is a drink, flavor, game, flavor. Remember, this flavor is also American spelling. In Britain, we use OUR, FLAVO. Remember the differentiation of the spelling. All right. So, as I was explaining to Shakir, possibly he might have some connection issue. I can't see him anymore on my screen. Next is toss. What does toss means? To drive, to go, to throw. Okay. So toss, when you use as a verb, toss,
Toss.
toss, okay, as a verb, means to throw something carelessly. Like the bull tossed him up into the air. He glanced at the letter and then tossed it into the bin. And toss can be also used as noun, toss. So toss is a regular verb and the past tense of toss is tossed. And tossed, past participle. Okay. The next, as I was saying, toss can be used as a noun. Like we won the toss in the cricket, started batting. Okay. And also it has got another meaning as a noun, sudden, quick movement. So I don't care, she replied with a toss of her hat. I don't care. That means suddenly with the moving of the head. Or in the match, football or cricket or many matches use to toss a coin. Okay. So win the toss, lose the toss, another word we use, So toss is verb as well, as we say. Okay. Okay, the next one. So dear viewers, after this live stream, we are going to bring our guest teacher April, who is an American teacher. Okay, so here the toss means to throw, toss. Okay, next one is sour. So many people pronounce it so, but that's not the correct pronunciation, guys and dear viewers. It is sour.
Sour.
Okay, in pure British English, sour and sour.
Sour.
Americans say sour, but it's sour. There's bit longer diphthong sound, sour, having sharp, something unpleasant. It's like lemon, sweet. the plums are a bit sour. Okay, a taste. So sour is a taste. Not smell, not a food. So it's an adjective, like the food tastes sour. I used sour cream in the soup. Or use sour. Or for example, once again, British IPA.
Sour.
Sour. American, sour. And also in British IPA, there is schwa sound, sa. That's why we do not say sour, it's sa, because the U becomes schwa sound and we do not pronounce so sa or sa rather than sour. Sa. Okay, it has got an adjective form, another negative meaning, like unfriendly or easily annoyed. Overnight, it seemed that their relation had turned sour. Okay. So this is another meaning of the word. It can as a verb as well, to become sour, to make something become sour. Hot weather sours the milk. Now we have to pronounce the S sound, sours the milk. Hot weather sours milk, or milk sours the what? Milk sours in what weather? The other way around, vice versa. Okay. Next one is December. What is December? It's very easy phrase. Everyone knows that. Is it a week? Is it a day? Or a month? Definitely, it's a December is a month. But where we are stressing December or December? December? What is it, guy? Let me see. Where we have to stress December.
December.
That's wrong. December. If it is more than two syllable words, stressing the third syllable. December. December. Okay, so it's the 12th at the last month of the year, after November but before January. Like my friend got married in the last December. Once again,
December.
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 Okay. Remember that in British English, which is non-rhotic, we do not pronounce R at all. But in American English, we must pronounce R. That's why they are called rhotic English. And whereas the British English is non-rhotic, we do not pronounce R under any circumstances, except some situations like first letter or second letter, and if there is a vowel sound after R. Let me give you an example, like my name, okay, it starts with R. Or you can say this word, promise, there is R. But if the letter is the third letter of this spelling, we do not pronounce, like pharmacy, word, okay, word, W-R-D, R is silent. Now we have to pronounce R, like, look at this explanation, like rumor. R at the beginning we are pronouncing, but the last R is not pronounced. Rumor. If you remember, I explained that if there is a vowel sound after R, we have to pronounce it. A good example is Mike. This is his car. This is his car, and his His car is in front of the building. Okay, this is his car. His car is in front of the building. Now look at the word. After car, there is a I sound, is, I. So because of the I, which is vowel, we must pronounce R in this case. We can't just avoid R. His car is in front of the building. Okay, so that is the rule where we must pronounce R. Next word is street. Where you drive, where you cook, where you teach, where you drive. Yeah, that's the answer. I'm sure you know that. But street, is it noun or adjective? Street is a noun, and we pronounce it a bit longer sound because there are two e's in the spelling. Street. Remember that if there are two vowels in a spelling, it becomes a bit longer sound. Street. Okay, so it has got two e in street. So street, like Walter Street. I live in Walter Street. Are you going to drive the car on the street at the moment? It's nearly midnight. Okay. I need a street map to go to Newark. All right. Okay. You can say, James lives just across the street from us. That means on the other side of the road or the street. I see a man whistling when the girl was walking down the street. And that is a famous song, Pretty Woman Walking Down the Street. You see, that's a famous song as well. Make sure you look both ways when you cross the street. That's a very good advice for a pedestrian. If you're walking and you're trying to cross the street, make sure you look both of ways. Look right, look left. And if it is safe, cross the street. If it is green, cross the street. If it is not green, wait until it becomes green in the zebra crossing, we call in the British English. And Americans say it obviously, is it crossroad? Zebra crossing. Crosswalk, marked crosswalk. Yeah, we call it zebra crossing. They say crosswalk, not crossroad. Okay, number 7, above. Above means in a low place, higher place in the middle. Above is in a higher place. How do you pronounce it and what does it mean again? It means higher place, okay? It's a position, preposition, and also adverb. Depending on the context, it could be a preposition or it could be an adverb. So above, 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 above. British IPA, American IPA. Remember, it is not above, it is above. If you pronounced it above, that is really not correct sound. Above. Above. Okay, there's a above the sink. This is in a higher place, in or to. He waved the letter excitedly above his head. She's rented a room above the shop. Her name comes above mine on the list. The helicopter was hovering above the building. It's on the shelf just above your head. A crack had started to appear just above the light on the ceiling. So this is as a preposition. Now if you have to use as a verb, like temperature very often goes above zero in winter. Her values her job above her family. They value their freedom above and beyond anything else. And there is a verb above all, most importantly. Above all, I like to thank my family and all the people who support me. Okay. This lesson is going to finish in 2 minutes, 19 seconds. That's pretty cool. Once again, dear viewers, thanks for watching. Because I know that you can't make comments. This is how Hello has restrictions for non-subscribers. Next word is another word. Let's do quickly. Below. Below is a lower place, higher place, in the middle, lower place. So what kind of word is below? Below is also adverb and preposition.
Below.
Below. Okay, from the top of the skyscraper, the cars below us look like insects. The author's name was printed below the title. The ship's captain went below. Do you usually wear your scarves above or below the knee? She has 3 people walking below her. Okay. Next word, number 9. Burn, burn. Where animals live, where plants grow, where people live. So burn is the place where animals live. So it's a verb. We don't have time. Okay, we're going to finish it quickly. Burn.
Farm.
So barn is the place where animals live. So thank you very much, dear viewers, for watching at this moment. And I'd like to see you later. Thank you for watching, listening to me. Remember, if you have learned something, make sure you practice it. Practice makes you progress. Practice brings you motivation. Practice gives you inspiration. Practice helps you to learn more. Practice helps you, to be more knowledgeable. Thank you.